Welcome to From A to Zelling. I'm your host, Alex. For years, the South Florida real estate party has been absolutely raging. But what happens when the number of homes for sale nearly doubles in just 1 year? That's not a typo. Today, we're going to dig into the brand new data from the first week of June 2025 to figure out if the music has finally stopped and what it really means for you, whether you're looking to buy or sell.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the big picture, how the market has transformed. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty numbers. We'll look at it from both sides of the table, for buyers and for sellers, and then zoom in on a hot spot that's actually bucking the trend. After that, we'll see what the experts are predicting and wrap it all up with some clear, actionable advice on your next move. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, the big one. The question that's on pretty much everyone's mind right now in South Florida. After the absolute frenzy we've seen for the last few years, are we finally seeing the end of an era?
I mean, think about it. For years, it's been nothing but frantic bidding wars, prices climbing at a dizzying pace. So yeah, this is the question. You're starting to see the headlines shift, but let me tell you, the data behind the scenes is shifting even faster.
And here it is, the first big shockwave. According to Redfin, active home listings in Miami are up, get this, 91% year over year. That is not a gentle correction, folks. That's a market earthquake. It's completely flipping the script on supply and demand. So what does a 91% jump in inventory actually do to a market? Well, there are 3 key numbers that really tell the whole story. And it's not a story of a crash. It's a story of a massive rebalancing act.
Okay, number 1, that inventory explosion we just talked about. This data from Redfin makes it crystal clear. Active listings have almost doubled, not just in Miami, but in Fort Lauderdale too. The bottom line, if you're a buyer, you suddenly have choices. A lot more choices than you've had in a very, very long time.
And of course, with that much supply hitting the market, what happens next? Prices. They're finally starting to respond. Florida International Realty is reporting some modest, but definitely meaningful drops in the median listing prices across Miami-Dade, Broward, and even Palm Beach. That untouchable price tag sellers used to have? Yeah, that's quickly becoming a thing of the past.
And the third piece of the puzzle is the pace. The market has gone from a dead sprint to, well, more of a leisurely stroll. Zillow's data shows homes are sitting on the market almost 50% longer now. So those crazy stories of a house getting listed on Friday and having 10 offers by Sunday, those days are, for the most part, over.
So we've got more inventory, adjusting prices, and a slower pace. But what does this all feel like on the ground? Because these aren't just numbers on a chart, right? They translate to a completely different reality for buyers and for sellers. It is truly night and day compared to this time last year.
If you're a buyer, man, this is a breath of fresh air. You've finally got options. You've got less competition breathing down your neck. And most importantly, that power to negotiate, it is back in your court. Now for sellers, the whole game has changed. It's not about just naming your price and waiting for the offers to roll in anymore. Now it's all about strategic pricing and, honestly, a little bit of patience. What we're really seeing here is the textbook definition of a market shifting to become more buyer-friendly. And Zillow has some data that is just, wow, it's striking. Right now, only 8% of listings in Miami are getting multiple offers, just 8%. When you compare that to the national average, which is 22%, you can really see how much the heat has been turned down here. But, this is a big but, here's where the story gets really interesting. This cool down isn't a blanket thing across all of South Florida, not even close. We're going to zoom in on one area that is still absolutely booming and another huge factor that's keeping the high-end market very, very warm.
And when I say booming, I mean it. Check this out, a 55% surge in land sales, year over year. Think about that. While the regular resale market is cooling its jets, developers are out there aggressively snatching up land for future projects. And there's one city that's right at the heart of all this action.
And that city, according to a recent report from the Miami Realtors Association, is Homestead. It's the epicenter. It is leading the entire region in land sale growth and has become a massive hotspot for new construction. So what does that tell you? It tells you that even with this rebalancing we're seeing today, the big money developers have huge long-term confidence in the future of South Florida.
Now, here's that other major contrast I mentioned, international money. While our domestic market is softening up, foreign buyers are as interested as ever. Data from Realtor.com just confirmed it again.
Miami is still the #1 city in the entire U.S. for international searches. This demand is like a safety net, especially for the luxury market. I mean, just look at a recent sale in Sunny Isles, a condo that jumped 78% in value in just 4 years. That's the power of that international demand.
Okay, so let's recap where we are. We've got a cooling domestic market, but then you have this red-hot developer interest and this flood of international demand. These forces are basically pulling in opposite directions. So the big question is, where are the experts saying this is all headed for the rest of 2025?
You know, this quote from Florida International Realty really nails the consensus right now. The key word you keep hearing from analysts is rebalancing, not declining. No one is predicting a crash. What they're seeing is a much-needed correction. The market is just shifting away from that unsustainable frenzy and hopefully toward a more balanced, healthier place.
So, as we look ahead to the second half of the year, we should probably expect more of the same, more rebalancing. Freddie Mac just reported a little dip in mortgage rates, which gave everyone a bit of relief, but it was brief. The experts over at Redfin are pretty much all saying that inventory is going to keep growing, and we could easily see some more price adjustments as the market tries to find its footing, its new normal.
All right, so we've thrown a lot of data at you. A cooling market, a development boom, international buyers. Let's boil it all down. What's the actionable advice here? Based on everything we're seeing right now, in early June, what is your next move? If you're a buyer, listen up, because the message is crystal clear. Your new best friend is patience. Time is on your side now. The market is finally giving you the room to breathe, to do your research, and yes, to actually negotiate. So use that leverage. Find the right home, not just the first home you're not outbid on.
And for all the sellers out there, it's time for a reality check. You have to adjust your mindset. You are not selling a home in the market of 2022 or 2023, you're selling in today's market. And that means pricing your home strategically based on today's data is the most critical thing you can do. It's the key to getting serious buyers through the door.
And that really leaves us with our final thought for the week. This South Florida market isn't a simple up or down story. It's a market of dueling realities, right? You've got this domestic cool-down clashing with a development boom and that relentless international demand. Figuring out where the true opportunities are hiding in that mix, well, that's the real challenge. And that's your comprehensive look at the market for the first week of June 2025. For a deeper dive, you can always visit us at getzelling.com. I'm Alex, and this is From A to Zelling. Join us next week.